All right. So got a little bit of sunlight here. So let me try to get this for you guys while we're here. Let me zoom in a little bit. Okay. Check me out. Been in the car game since '82. Truck and a car. But no, for real, that is me though. But I was talking to 703 Cruising, another YouTuber who's got some awesome stuff, and I saw one of his videos where he had his lowrider bike on there. He got this sweet chromed out cruiser, and he was like, I told him, I said, "Oh man, I got one too," and he was like, "Oh, you should do a video on it." And then, like, right after that, there's another YouTuber that I follow. You guys should check him out too. His name is his channel name is Yacht Club Lee's Garage. So his channel name is Yacht Club Lee's Garage, and just saw his video like today, and his lowrider bike was on a whole nother level. I mean, he had like what I was shooting for, like my whole teenage career, trying to get my bike all decked up and decked out for a show and stuff like that. But that was nowhere in the budget. So yeah, so after seeing 703 Cruising's bikes, and then Yacht Club Lee's Garage bikes, I was like, man, I gotta put a video up of mine, because this is what really started this whole thing. But so this is mine. I'm not sure how well you guys can be able to see this in the picture, but that's mine. That's me in the background. This was, let me see here. I'm on this lowrider, 14 years old. Oh, here we go. Got a date, April 26th, 97. But yeah, that's me. Middle school going into high school. So I want to say I had this bike done for almost a year by this time, by this picture. So, but yeah, almost a year. And that's as far as I went with this bike. So it's got the mirrors on there. You can see the tailpipes on the front and the back. And yeah, that's about it. The only thing missing from it now is just the mirrors and the tailpipes. I took the pipes off the back so I could drop that seat, because it bottomed out on the seat. But or I'm sorry, the seat sissy bar bottomed out on the tailpipes there. But yeah, that was me before my license, man. I was all about cruising in style. So yes, kept the bike in my room. That was the same day. Just turned the wheel a little bit. Couldn't afford to go super fancy. I wanted to get twisted stuff all over it, but the only thing I could afford at the time was the twisted fork on the man, on that front fork, and that was it. And not the whole fork, just the front bars. But yeah, that's it though, right there. And I kept the bike in my room, and I cleaned and waxed that bad boy. Cleaned the rims, cleaned everything all the time. So that bad boy was crazy clean. But yeah, that was it. So my first car was this car right here, which was my father's first car. We got a 1978 Lincoln Continental Town Car. So many memories of road trips going down south and stuff, visiting family in that car. And it was my car, so when he decided to put it up for sale, asked me if I wanted it, and I'm like, yeah. But he put some wheels on here, some 30-spoke Kragers. Yeah, back in the day, man, that was the thing. It looked good for a long time. When I got my license, I was driving. Kind of hard to tell, but this is one of my homecoming nights right here. Taking the car out, about to go have some fun. But yeah, that was the ride though. Kept it super clean. And for a Midwest car, man, that thing was like incredibly clean. But I miss that car. He misses that car. So yes. But all right, guys, so let's go ahead and get into this video. I was big time into the model cars, trying to make those into lowriders and stuff like that, like way back in the day. So that was before I could afford a lowrider bike and cars and all that stuff. So, you know, the model cars, that's where it was at. You know, fixed that stuff up and tried to make lowriders out of them. Took the little motors and stuff to do, you know, front, back, side to side, and hoppers and all that kind of stuff. So it was pretty cool. It worked. It didn't last long, but it worked though. So this is a car I keep in my office. 64 Chevy Impala. Now this is a die-cast car. I didn't you know, buy this car like this with the wheels and all that, but, well, really just the wheels, but, you know, typical hood pops open, little 409 setup, doors open up, trunk opens up. So little stuff I would do, because I couldn't afford to deck the cars out with hydraulics and all that stuff back in the day, is just take the wheels off and modify, pretty much work with what I had and just modify the suspension. So, you know, I take something like this, and you can see it really looks pretty straightforward, pretty simple. But I would open up the rear end part where that axle traveled, and just pretty much made a slot for it to slide up and down. So at that point, you know, the car would look normal, and I would just open up that slot on one side, and what that would do was give it the option to three-wheel. And it's got a little bit more travel left in it, but so we flip this around, and like I said, everything opens up, you know, the doors, hood, trunk, all that stuff. But I keep this in my office though, just a little reminder where I come from. From back in the day, my little childhood interests and all that stuff. But so yeah, that's it. It's a nice little three-wheel. Close the door. Nice little three-wheel there. Got some decent clearance. So let me show you the bike. Had it sitting out here for a while so I could get out here sooner, but the sun is slowly going down, so I'm missing the sunlight, but you get the idea. So like I said, I built this with my father back in like the early to mid 90s. Got the frame from Cleveland, Ohio, and that's where I was living at the time. But got the frame from there, and everything else was ordered through magazines and catalogs and stuff from California, and we built it. Built it at home. The only thing that wasn't, and this isn't gold plating, this was the cheap gold, the anodized gold, but never got a little C-clamp to blend in with the rest of the gold stuff. But yeah, this is it. This was me before my driver's license. This was this was my mode of transportation, and I got some miles on this bike. And it's super dusty and dirty right now. I don't know how it's coming up on camera, but this thing is super dirty. So let me get up a little close so you can see it. But this bad boy was dusty. So this is with the GoPro. Let me switch over to the Sony a7 III so we can see if there's a difference there. Hang tight. But I rode this thing like crazy in the 90s. Before I had my license, man, this was my only mode of transportation, so I had to keep it clean. But it had a lot more stuff on it back in the day. Had mirrors on the on the handlebars, the exhaust pipes up front, or tail pipes up front and in the back. But I think that was it. Yeah, everything else is the same. So this was it. I want to say we took about 5-6 months to build this, just a little bit at a time, and it came out way better than I was expecting. The bike is super dirty right now and dusty because it's been sitting in my office for a long time. At the old house and at this house, it's just been sitting in the office. But definitely never going to get rid of this bike though. It's got too much sentimental value to me, and definitely clean it up and pass it on down to my son. But yeah, this is me back in '96, guys. This was This is what I was working on up until 96, so I can hit the streets and you know, drive and all that fun stuff. So hope you guys like it. This is man, yeah, there's a lot of history in this thing, just with you know, learning how to build stuff. And this was like the first thing that I built that was like mine, that I could enjoy, that I could like show off. And it taught me very, very early, you know, the difference of enjoying something that was built versus enjoying something that was bought. And from that point on, I was all about, you know, just putting my own touch on stuff. So, you know, that was one of the best things my father could have ever shown me out of everything he taught me. You know, this definitely stood out in this time that I had with him building this. It was so much appreciated, because it just stuck with me through so much stuff through life. But yeah, he's still surprised I have the bike. He thought I got rid of this thing a long time ago, but nah, man, this thing's not going anywhere. Definitely gonna hold on to this. So, but yeah, this is it. Let me drop the spring so you guys can see how I was hitting switches before switches. So for those of you that don't know, there's a spring right here with a bolt in there. That was your suspension, you know, to have it bouncy when you're riding the bike. So, you know, you want to drop it, show off and stuff. Take this bolt out. Take your spring out. You drop it on down like that. No need for a kickstand. So here's your bolt and your spring. But yeah, like I said, no need for a kickstand though. That was it. The frame's got some metallic in it. Not sure if you can catch that in the camera. Not sure how well that's showing. But see, you got the little seat job, little seat game popping there. So, but yeah, so that's it. Do a quick walk around for you. Again, this is with the spring out and drop down. And this is how I was rolling before the driver's license. So, hope you guys like it. And let me know what you think. Now, the frame isn't, you know, back in the day they'd take the old Schwinns, like the 60s Schwinns, Stingray frames, like I want to say early 60s, 63s, somewhere around there. Take those frames and customize the bikes. But then eventually people started just coming out with frames, some repops, that were slightly different. And that's what this one is. This isn't like an actual Schwinn Stingray frame. This was an aftermarket frame. So, but yeah, that's it. Got the dice on the valve stems there. You see the dice, a lowrider on the tire. Again, these bad boys are super flat. The sparkles in the grips there. So it had a lot of stuff. It had a lot of stuff back in the day, but again, it's not real gold. That was just anodized gold, so couldn't afford that stuff being a teenager. So, but yeah, that's how I rolled back in the day. So let me know what you guys think. That's my old lowrider there. I'm definitely going to be handing this down to my son, the RJ. Get it cleaned up and stuff though, and probably do it how he likes. Maybe repaint it and stuff, and touch up the gold stuff. Get it plated or chromed, whatever. Get some ideas from him and let him throw his touches on it too. So, but that's it.